Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for coming back again. Today is Tuesday. That's why I've got the pink tie. As you know, Tuesdays are the worst day of the week. Just want to start the video with some announcements. The first one being, please do complete that survey if you have not already that I emailed you after the first week of e-learning. A few more of you have completed it, and I thank you for that. The more people that fill it out, I think the better. The second announcement that I wanted to make is thank you to everyone who has reached out to me by email either this week or during our prior week of e-learning. If you're having issues with content or issues with tech issues or anything like that, I like hearing from you, and it helps me know that you're working on what you're supposed to be working on. So those are just my few announcements there. Let me know if you have any questions. Shoot me an email. For today's video then, I want to tackle this idea of the common good, our fourth essential question that I talked about yesterday that we're going to be exploring together as we close out the semester. And I think before we can even talk about, how we can contribute the common good, we have to first define it. What does the common good even mean? So then we can figure out, okay, how can we add to that? So take a look at this definition that I have. This comes from a Harvard political philosopher named Michael Sandel, I'm not sure. And he defines it this way. The common good is about how we live together in community. It's about the ethical ideals we strive for together, the benefits and burdens we share, the sacrifices we make for one another. It's about the lessons we learn from one another about how to live a good and decent life. Take a minute and just sit with that. And the first thing that I'm going to ask you to do is on the Google Slides for today. So your assignment is going to be just to submit that Google Slides that's waiting for you on Schoology. And under there, the first activity, it has the definition that was just on the screen and that I just read. And then it asks you to just how would you represent that definition? If that's what the common good is, and it says you can pick a color, a word, an image, anything that you think represents the common good. And include that in your Google Slides, and then on the next slide, then write me an explanation. It doesn't have to be very long, about why you chose that. How does that represent the common good to you? To be clear too, this can be an image that you got off of Google or something. You can draw one if you would like, but that's definitely not a requirement. That I just want to know, how does it represent it for you? Once you've completed that first activity, then on the next set of Google Slides, the second activity that I want you to do is sometimes called a universe of obligation, which I wanted to do when we were talking about the Holocaust, but I think it's easier to do in person than it is online, but I want you to try it out here though. So you can see in the example that really it's just asking a question of, who are you responsible to, or who are you connected to? And I think about it this way. If you got a phone call that there was some type of an emergency, who would you stop what you were doing to go help that person out or that group of people out? So I'm thinking about my sister, her and her fiance just moved. So I've been helping my sister, I've been helping her move stuff, and then she's called if she's had issues at the house or something, and I'm like, all right, and I head over there. That's an example. I would put that on my universe of obligation, on my chart there. My grandparents should not be going to the grocery store right now, and as much as I've had to convince them, I've been helping them grocery shop. I've been helping make sure that they stay healthy during all of this. Obviously, I've been having meetings with other teachers, and I've been getting emails from students. I have an obligation to them. I'm connected to them. I have my friends who are also teachers who, we've been texting and calling and FaceTiming each other about how are they approaching this e-learning stuff. So I have connections to them as well. So you can see on the example, there's only 4. I'm going to be asking you to do 6, but you can break them up. Notice in the example, they break up family to be parents, grandparents, brother, sister. You can break it up that way as well. I would put, my parents are divorced and don't live together, so I would probably put my mom in one box and my dad in another and my sister in another and my grandparents in another and my friends in one. Maybe you have different groups of friends. Maybe you're part of different clubs at school. Just fill that out there. And then I want you to think about then with the second part there about what can you do to help those people? How are you connected to those people? And then once you complete that, there are 2 more activities on the Google Slides, and I'm not going to walk you through them the way that I have done with these because I don't think that you need me. What you should know is that every slide that has a yellow background that looks just like this one, you should be writing on and completing these. Complete these. They're almost all reflective, so please do put thought into them, but don't stress yourself out about them. Again, the work that you're doing for today, including watching this video, reading the things that are on the slides, and then writing your responses, should take a total of half hour, if not maybe a little bit less today. So don't be stressing yourself out about these. If you have questions about the final 2 activities that I didn't go over, feel free to reach out to me. But with that then, thank you, good luck, work hard, stay safe, and stay awesome.